League Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Athletics going up against the Atlanta Braves. With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. All right, Singy, let's get right into it. He threw an absolute gem last time out.
Seriously, Boog. I mean, this guy was nearly untouchable. Opposing hitters baffled all day long. Impressive stuff, and we'll see if his teammate can match it today.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And starting this one, Grant Holmes. What's the scouting report on him?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Up the middle, Albies tosses to first, and the first out of the game is an easy one. Let's take a look at our lineup. And Singy, I'm a bit surprised to see this many righties in a lineup against a right-hander.
Yeah, you're not the only one, Boog. I'm a bit surprised as well. And, you know, some hitters work well against same-handed pitching. You know, just back in 2024, Bobby Witt Jr., Vlad Guerrero Jr., and Aaron Judge all had higher batting averages against righties than they did against lefties. So maybe they got a plan after all.
Nick Kurtz, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Kurtz with a homer in his last game.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
Ball to strike. Pulls that one foul. Just missed. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. Still one challenge left for them. Got him. Dave Lawrence rings him up.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. He tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Jeff McNeil stands in. Close one, doesn't get the call. And that is ball 1. Two down, nobody on. Out towards right center field. And that is that. And now the Braves, with their first chance to hit, were scoreless. You're watching Atlanta Braves baseball on the Show South. Back at Truist Park. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Luis Morales. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. at the plate. That one fouled hard the other way. And he'll one. Right through there for a strike.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Got him swinging. Here's the Atlanta Braves lineup. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years to come.
Well, there's a lot of young talent in this lineup. I think as they gel together, gain some maturity over the course of this season, they could be playing October baseball.
Here's the catcher, Drake Baldwin. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
That's out.
And there's a ball. Went with a sweeper for the strike. And a foul ball.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, there appears to be no problem settling in on the mound out there today. It looks pretty tough to start this one, punching out the first 2 hitters of this ball game, and somebody's going to have to put the bat on the ball, put it in play, and get something going.
Matt Olson stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball.
First 2 hitters get punched out on strikes. Take some notes from the dugout. When you get your chance, go up there and hit the ball hard somewhere.
Foul ball. The 2-1. That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
Payoff pitch. And he walked him.
Batting fourth, third baseman, Austin Riley.
So 2 down. Austin Riley at the plate. Good power. Not great in the OBP department.
Yeah.
The 0-1. Foul ball there.
He's begging. Give me that pitch one more time. A hanging changeup just out in front.
The next offering misses. Going to count 1 and 2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. One, 2 now. Stays alive. Another 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The 1-2. That one missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. On the ground, right side. There with plenty of time, and that ends the inning. Scoreless after 1. Back here in Atlanta, top of the second. Lawrence Butler getting ready to hit.
No, inside.
And the 1-0.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
There's a strike. Inside.
Well, that's off the plate.
Full count now. Got him looking for the K. Not sure about that call. Pitcher might have gotten a friendly strike 3.
No, I'd say that was a pretty generous call right there. And when a pitcher's getting that call, there's really not much you can do about it as a hitter. And you know what? Guys today are so disciplined to stay with their approach and game plan. Not surprised at all that he took that pitch.
Now it's the DH, Zach Geloff. 0 for 4 in the win last night. Yeah, that's in for a strike. 0-1. No score here in the second. A little out front there as he swings through it. Dave Lawrence assigned to work home plate in this one.
Good umpire, Boog. Very fair, very consistent. Now, I did hear some feedback that he opens up the outside corner a little bit on left-handed hitters, which, you know, for me, I'd be kind of salty. So maybe something to keep an eye on and see if that factors into this one at all.
That one in the dirt. Ball 1. How much were you aware of the umpire's scouting report, or even who was going to be umpiring?
Not a whole lot. I mean, there were a couple of umpires that weren't real good, but outside of that, you just kind of went into the game, especially back when I was playing.
The 2-2. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Throws to first. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second. As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all 4 guys, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
That's great.
Two down, nobody on. Inside, almost got him. The 1-2 goes down looking. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back in Atlanta Truist Park. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Mike Yastrzemski. Swinging a foul out of play. The 0-1. Swings through that.
Ooh, Baya. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. The 0-2. Now he breaks his bat. Handles, throws to first. Just got him on that one.
Got to feel pretty good for the pitcher. Absolutely sawed him off. Bat explodes. And then he makes an easy play on it. Pretty satisfying if you're out there on the ball.
Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. Got it started a little too early. Strike one.
Outside, that's a ball.
Drilled in the air out towards right center. Reaching for it, makes the catch.
Gotta love the over-the-shoulder catch. I tell you what, those are really fun to make.
Michael Harris the second. Next up for the Braves. Close, but called a ball. Ball one. And a big swing and a miss. That one misses. Ball two. And that's downstairs and outside. Chases that one upstairs.
The baseball is coming out of his hand very well. He's been able to paint all four corners, but really good ride at the top of the
three. Well, looked at the fastball for strike three there to end the inning. And the Braves go down quietly. We'll move to the third with no score. New inning getting started. And now here's the A's catcher, Austin Wynns.
That's a ball.
The 1-0. And there's a foul ball. The 1-1. That's a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Next up for the A's, Andy Ibanez.
Inside ball.
Next pitch in for a strike, and it's 1-1. Runner on the go. That one fouled off. Top of the third, no score. Base knock center field. Harris fires it in quickly. Runner stops at second, and the first two reach to start the inning.
Great recovery in this one. Early in the count, he looked lost, but finished strong with a nice line drive.
First and second, no outs. Denzel Clark up next for the A's. This one in the air, right field. Makes the grab. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Two aboard with one out. Now at the plate, Brent Rooker. 0 for 1 so far.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Comes up empty. That's strike two.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up. Try to track the ball. Block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about. But some way, somehow, climb back into this at bat through the count.
2 on, 1 out. And downstairs.
He's trying to stay down in the zone, but the hitter just will not chase. Now back in a 2-2 count, he's going to have to go to something else to get him out.
Nice grab. There's one. What a double play that was. Inning over. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. We're tied 0-0. Back at Truist Park. So here's the Braves designated hitter, Jurickson Profar.
Aye.
And the 0-1.
That's a ball.
Profar gets a piece there. The 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. Here's a 1-2. That's a little bit low.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Good job to fight that one off. Here's a 2-2. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. So digging in, Ha-Sung Kim. Popped up. Hernandez should have this one. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Braves, right fielder Ronald Acuna.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Braves lineup. Here's Acuna now. And that's fouled off. Two down, nobody on. That one misses. 1-2 to count.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
And there's a ball. Struck him out swinging. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. On to the 4th, still scoreless. Back here in Atlanta, start of the 4th, Nick Kurtz now at the plate.
0-1.
The 1-0.
2-0 count, great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
And that misses upstairs now. 3-0. Right through there for a strike. And that one hammered. Bangs off the wall. And a good start to the inning.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
And now here's Jeff McNeil. He's 0 for 1. High fly ball, right field. And there's one down.
Up next to the A's, center fielder Lawrence Butler.
Go ahead run on base. Lawrence Butler up next for the A's.
Nope. That's inside.
And the 1-0.
Hey!
One away, tie game, go ahead run stands at first. Top half of inning number 4. The 1-1 is fouled off. On the ground to first, into the outfield, base hit. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only one away.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
Next up for the A's, Zach Geloff. 0 for 1, he grounded out in his first at bat. That's in there.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
2 on, 1 out. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Slider misses outside. On the ground to third, Riley. Off balance feed, there's one. On to first, safe. So they get one, but a really nice try there. And the batter will be the shortstop, Darrell Hernandez. Went down on strikes his first time through.
0-1.
And that skips in the dirt.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Two on, 2 outs. In the air out to center. Brings it in with a nice running grab. And that's the 3rd out. A couple of hits in the inning, but they can't get him home. We're midway in the 4th. No score. Bottom of the inning. Now it's the Atlanta catcher, Drake Baldwin.
You know, these Braves just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Swings through that one. Smoked into left, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Here's Matt Olson. Walked his first time. Fastball for a strike. 0-1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Late swing, foul to the left. Oh, 0-2 now. Ball one there.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind him. This is where they need to get going.
Not close with that one. Ball 2. On the ground, right side, and that's just foul. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
Well, he hasn't gotten the result yet, but it's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this guy.
2-2 now. That one missed.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boog.
And a payoff pitch. Battling here as he fouls it away. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. One out, man at first. Austin Riley next up for the Braves. That one ripped, but foul. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone. Here comes Mike Yastrzemski to the plate. Grounded out his first time. Line shot into the gap should score at least one. One runs in. Here comes Riley. In to score from first, and they lead by 2.
Well, this game is tied no more. Big time swing at the bat to drive in 2. As a hitter, there's not a whole lot better of a feeling than a double into the gap. Right off the bat, you know you put a great swing on the baseball.
Ozzie Albies up to the plate. Fly to center his first time. Fouled off left side. One out and a runner at second. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Fought off foul. Line drive, base hit. Yastrzemski coming home. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they take a 3-run lead.
Picks himself up an RBI. Pitch was on the outside, didn't go the other way with it, but still a nice job of using the big part of the field to find a hole. No way he hits it that well if he hooks around the baseball there.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Luis Morales done for the night. Just never found his groove, wasn't able to settle in. New arm coming on, back in a moment. So a new pitcher on the mound for the A's, Elvis Alvarado.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Now in for the Braves, Michael Harris II. Struck out looking at his first at bat. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. The 1-0.
Yeah.
In the air, left field. Fair ball. They get it in quickly. So first and second, now one out.
When you go 0 for 5, 0 for 7, 0 for 8, it seems like an eternity, especially to start the season, because that's the one thing. Players want to get that first one out of the way so that they feel like, all right, I'm going to avoid this prolonged 0 to start the season and get into a slump.
Jurickson Profar steps to the dish in a critical spot.
Hey. Ball 1.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Well, the hitter shows the pitcher that he's willing to go after that pitch down in the zone. So perhaps he'll come back to it. Still try to get that ground ball double play.
The 1-2. Swings and misses. Struck him out.
For the Braves, the shortstop, Awesome.
2 aboard, 2 outs. Ha-Sung Kim next up for the Braves. First time up was a pop out. The 1-0. 2 on, 2 outs. The shortstop takes the
Inside,
ball.
ball 2.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Comes the 2-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create.
In there. Got him looking for the K. Good job at damage control right there. They strike for 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and a couple left on. We've played 4. It's the Braves 3 and the A's nothing. This is Braves baseball. Back in Atlanta Truist Park. And now here's the A's catcher, Austin Wynns.
You know, these Athletics just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
0-1. Swinging a foul straight back.
Sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have runners in scoring position because they put themselves there.
Swinging a bouncer. Slings it across. 1 away here in the 5th.
Up next for the A's, third baseman, Andy Ibanez.
Next up for the A's, Andy Ibanez. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Right through there for a strike. That one finds the zone. 0-2. Ball 1 there. Swings and misses. And that's 4 strikeouts. Next up for the A's, Denzel Clark. Flied to right his first time. Oh, he doesn't get the call. And that's ball 1.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Check swing, and he went. And the count 1-1. Two down, nobody on. Late with the swing there.
Now this offense has just been locked down. Almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
On the ground, right side. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. And he'll just eat it, so that's an infield knock. Back to the top of the lineup, Brent Rooker up next for the A's. Not your prototypical leadoff guy. Gets on base, yes, but also some power. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-1. Quick move to first, and he dives back in safely. Clark leads off first with 2 down to the inning. That smash towards center. Harris under it, and that'll do it. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. You're watching Atlanta Braves baseball on the Show South. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Now the leadoff spot for the Braves, Ronald Acuna Jr. That one ripped right center field, and it looks like trouble. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
He was all over that one. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but Wright did, and he did it perfectly. Quality swings. We've already seen 8 line drives from them, and it's always a good sign when the ball is jumping off your bat, and that's what this offense has been doing so far today.
Man at second. And now 1-2. Stays alive. Got him swinging. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. So now with one away and a man at second. Now Matt Olson.
Ball 1. That's inside.
Pickoff throw. Acuna dives back in. Swing and a miss. And it's 2-1.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
That clears the corner. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. 99 miles per hour to finish him off.
Oh, you know that's got to be very frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike zone extremely well. And you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take that punch out, but ultimately stick with his plan and have more success than anything else.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Elvis Alvarado won't go any further. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for the
Righty
Athletics,
reliever out of the
number
pen,
35,
J.T. Ginn.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
So here's Riley now.
Ball.
Man on second, 2 down.
Hey! Nope.
The 2-1. Ripped on the ground to second. Third out, and that ends the frame. Braves strand one, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Back at the ballpark, let's take a look at some of the moments that stand out to us.
Now pitching.
New pitcher for the Braves, Dylan
Number
Lee.
52,
He's making his 4th appearance of the season. Nick Kurtz digs in now. Oh, he doesn't get the call. And that is ball 1. That one missed. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep their remaining challenge. Almost got him. And a foul ball. Next offering upstairs.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
That was pretty nasty.
Second baseman,
Jeff McNeil, the next to hit.
Hey!
The Braves leading by 3, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Lee, in his 4th year, he features a slider, a 4-seamer, and he works in a changeup. Outside low, ball one. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Chased the fastball up the ladder for strike three.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first two batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter, and I'm so glad I'm retired. Well, in this one, the offense has sputtered. Somebody's got to find a way to get on, keep the line moving, and manufacture at least one run. Then maybe you get two or three.
Two down, nobody on. And that one fouled off.
All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
And that's down and away. That one not close. Full count now. That's hard hit on the line. Tracks it down for the out. And that'll do it. Nothing doing there for the A's. Still down 3-0. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now in for the Braves, Mike Yastrzemski.
Ball.
And the 1-0. There's a swing and a drive. Gone. And Yaz blasts it out. His first homer of the year, and they add a run. It's 4-0.
That slider on the outside part of the plate is typically hit the other way, but to be able to get to it, pull the baseball, and get it up in the air for a home run, I'm just really impressed.
Albies in the box again, takes a strike.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Ball one.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the bottom of the sixth. Here's a 1-2. This to third. Dives, and he can't hang on. And that'll be an infield single with no time to recover. Man at first, nobody out. Next to hit, Michael Harris the second. Runner on the go. And there's a fly ball deep right field. Out of here. It's their second home run of the inning, and they add a couple more. It's 6-0.
First pitch hacking, and it paid off for him in a big way. Cutter inside can be a bat breaker. You have to catch it out front to get the barrel to it. Does a really good job recognizing it early, getting the bat head to it, and hitting it out of the ballpark.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. JT Ginn is done. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. Tyler Ferguson will take over here.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Here's Profar now, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Hey! That's ball 2.
To the right side. Sends it to first. Finally gets the first out here on the grounder. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Ha-Sung Kim.
Hey!
Swing and a base hit. So that will bring up the top of the order with 1 away. So the batting order turns over, and here is Ronald Acuna Jr. A bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1. Now quick throw to first. Kim dives back in safely. Man at first, 1 away.
Off the plate, ball 1.
What a stop. The underhand flip. There's 1. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 6-0 ball game. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Joey Wentz.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Now it's the DH, Zach Geloff. He swings and fouls 1 off. Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball 2.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters, even if you give up a solo shot.
Just missed. That one misses, so a leadoff walk. And the batter now, Darrell Hernandez. Misses again, 5 in a row. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike 1. The Braves up big in this one here in the top half of inning number 7. On the ground left side, 6, 4, 3, and they turn the double play.
Oh man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Austin Wynns up next for the A's.
Hey!
close
0-1.
one doesn't get the call. And it's a ball and a strike. That one to first.
No, foul ball.
And foul ball. Got him looking. Clipped the bottom of the zone with a curve for strike 3. A's go quickly and quietly there. They still find themselves down 6-0. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Scott Barlow.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Baldwin leading things off and takes a strike. Here comes the 0-1. This one ripped, but foul to the right. Oh, 0-2 now. Fights it off. He'll see another. The 0-2. Way inside, gets out of the way.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Ibanez zips it across, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Up next for the Braves, first baseman,
Matt Olson up to the plate. A walk and a pair of strikeouts.
0-1.
The 1-0. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Here's a 1-1. Just
That's
missed. The Athletics have some bullpen action. Hogan Harris, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. to the zone for a strike, and the count's even at 2. On a line out towards center. That's a hit, and that's a 1-out single.
up next for the Braves.
Here's Austin Riley, 1 for 3. And that's through there for a strike. It's 0-1. Olson at first, one gone.
That's a ball.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only one away. Mike Yastrzemski up here. He's already homered here in this one. That one pushed to the left and foul. Two on, one out. Foul ball. Ground ball up the middle. Oh, look at the stop. There's one. What a double play that was. Inning over. 8th inning coming up. Braves 6 and the A's nothing. Back at Truist Park, ready to begin the 8th. Andy Ibanez getting ready to hit.
Hey!
Now the 0-1. Just missed. And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch. Sets him down on strikes. He's got to be frustrated with that call.
Well, it's just a great job of playing catch with the catcher. Exactly where the catcher set up is where he threw that pitch, and probably fooled the umpire a little bit because there was no budge at all.
Tap foul at the plate.
Ball in!
Swing and a miss at a slider.
Talk about tying a guy up. That was ugly.
1-2 here. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. That one almost got him. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Here's a 2-2. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up. Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
5 foul balls in this at bat so far, and these two are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more and more each pitch.
Even this looks like extra bases. Around second now, going for 3. The relay not in time. He's safe.
Love how he became a really tough out with 2 strikes right there. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Back to the top of the order now. Brent Rooker now at the plate. 0 for 3 in this one. Just missed. The 1-0. Hammered down the right side, but foul.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Runner from third comes across. The flip to the pitcher covering. 2 gone now. 2 outs, base is empty. And here's the first baseman, Nick Kurtz. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Chases in the dirt. Slider there. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. Braves 6 and the A's 1. This is Braves baseball on the show South.
Now pitching for the
Back
A's.
now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the eighth, Hogan Harris.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Backed off the plate that time. Fly ball down the line, and that will drop foul. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. The wind, the kick, and the 1-2. That one's sizzling on its way through to the outfield. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Now the batter now, Michael Harris II. He's already homered in this game. The 0-1 swings through that one out in front that time. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Justin Sterner getting loose out there. And the 0-2. Ball one there.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
And down on strikes. One gone to the bottom of the eighth.
Well, I think that was just a case of a hitter quitting on a pitch. He was looking fastball and didn't see it out of the hand and just left the bat on his shoulder. That was a changeup right over the plate. Probably not the location he was looking for, but the change of speeds is what fooled him, and he got the out.
Profar, batting with one down, takes a strike. Oh, 1 down.
Ball.
Albies leads off first with one away.
Runner!
Albies on the move. Swing and a miss. Throw to second, out of bounds, safe.
Clearly not content with the lead they're working with right now, and I like that. I don't think you can get comfortable with a 5-run lead in today's game, and now they've got a good chance of adding on.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Runner on third after the stolen base, even with the dropped strike 3.
Nice job recovering to complete the strikeout at first base right there. Even though the runner from second does move up to third, it's not a big deal in this situation now that they're 2 outs. Just makes blocking pitches in the dirt to this next batter even more critical.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Ha-Sung Kim.
Ball. That's down.
The lefty, the 1-0.
That's in. Ball 2.
That's down and in. Ronald Acuna Jr. next to bat for the Braves. 2 outs and a runner at third. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Up next for the Braves, right fielder Ronald Acuna.
Back to the top of the order. Now the leadoff spot for the Braves, Ronald Acuna Jr.
That's a ball.
2 aboard, 2 outs.
Ball. That's inside.
Here's a 2-0.
One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Sliced hard but foul. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 2 left for Atlanta. They lead it though 6-1. Last chance coming up for the A's. We're back. It's the top of the ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Tyler Kinley.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
Leading off, Jeff McNeil. And the 1-0. Just missed. Kinley measures 6 feet 4 inches, 220 pounds, a former first-round pick back in 2017.
In this situation, you expect the batters to be a little more patient, possibly take until they get a strike. With that, you don't want to miss your opportunity to get ahead early in the count. He didn't right there.
That's misses.
Ball 3.
3 balls and a strike. Foul ball there. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Three-two now. Goes down looking for the strikeout. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Really good battle right there. And that final pitch probably could have gone either way. He was hoping he'd get ball 4. Instead, the umpire rings him up for the backwards K.
Next up for the A's, Lawrence Butler. And it's fouled away.
Ball.
One down, base is empty here in the ninth. Hot shot, and he can't knock it down.
Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. And here is Zach Geloff. Two balls, no strikes to count. And that chops in for a strike.
In today's game, not that many fastball counts, but hitters still in the back of their minds, they're looking for one. 2-0 changeup call right there. Excellent pitch selection to go with.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Acuna on the move. And there are 2 down. So they're down to their final out. Darryl Hernandez will hit next. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Lined, and that's a base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. Austin wins up next for the A's.
Hey.
The A's down 5, trying to battle back here at the top of the 9th. They're down to their final strike.
Well, this is a higher leverage spot, and I love the way that he's turned things around. He's got 2 outs now ahead in this count, and he can pretty much dictate what's going to happen next in terms of the pitch sequence.
On the ground. On to first. Ball game. And the Braves even this series up at a game apiece.
Whether you're a season ticket holder or you just come to a couple of games a year, to see your team win at home, there's just something special about that. Good job by this team to get it done for the hometown fans.
6-1 is your final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.